So basically, if you notice that the market on Tuesday, that was on the 22nd. I mean, it's been dropping since over the weekend, and then it came all the way to around that 28,000. Let's go and look at it forms a low around that 28,000, right? I'm coming, guys. Give me a minute. It actually formed a low around this area, around this $28,000. But initially, before then, it was the low was around this. It was actually around. The low was actually the bottom was actually around this 30,000 zone. It's around this area, around that 30,000. I think we're around 30,000. Yeah, somewhere around there before market, crash. And then it came all the way to $28,805. I always say, if you have not seen my last video, please go and see that video, the last video. The last webinar we had, I spoke about that $30,000 is a low, is our bottom. That Bitcoin, if Bitcoin doesn't break that place, we can see push up. But on Tuesday, we saw that price, PS, and then it bounces back. In trading, we used to call this thing. I've forgotten the word we use. There's a word we use to call this when you have price, crash all the way, and then immediately it bounces back. Most times what normally happens is that when price is coming to test the bottom like this, a major bottom, like this bottom. Sorry, I'm supposed to be on the daily chart. I'm on the 1 hour chart. Sorry, now I got it. It's around this area. So most times when price, breaks a major bottom like this, normally what it normally does is that it shakes people out, right? Normally it shakes people out. Yeah, fake out. Thank you, Adeoti. We used to call it fake out. That word just ran away from me. It's like a fake out. It fakes out and it shakes people out, and then people are scared, and then you see it go back up almost immediately. So I still believe that this support still holds strong. This support that we have here, it still holds very strong. This this support, it still holds very strong. This 30,000 support. But before we come here, let's quickly see what has happened in the market. Look at the market cap has really lost value, 1.3 trillion. At the time, we are around that over $2 trillion at the market cap. On that Tuesday, we saw that it went all the way to almost around 1 trillion, lost almost 1.2 trillion. So, but for me, if you ask me, I still believe that that we still have a leg up. Like I said, we still have a leg up. This thing, we still have a leg up. We still have one more this thing to move. Talking about Bitcoin. And like most people always ask me, why do we always talk about Bitcoin? Because Bitcoin drives the market. I mean, I've said this over and over. Even if you don't believe me, and you've been around even if you're around for 2 months or a month, by now you should believe me that it's Bitcoin that drives this market. When Bitcoin crashes, every other thing crashes. And as you've seen it this week. So, and that's why we are most time we focus on Bitcoin. And I want to believe that if you actually follow if you have seen that the video of that webinar that we had last time before now, I think 2 weeks ago, you take your time to study that video, and you are trading that method. By now, I think you should be in good profit if you stay with a coin, because you see that everything I said in that video is the same thing that is happening. market goes up and down, your ability to be focused and to watch your chart is very key. Is very key. Now, what is Bitcoin likely to do in the coming days? Let's look at this chart. There's this chart I found that is shared by a guy on TradingView, and I want us to look at it together. Can you guys see my screen? Hello.
Yes, yes, we can see it.
Okay. All right. So I quickly want to explain this chart so that I want us to, so that you can understand what I'm about to share with you on this chart is actually how Bitcoin behaves, how Bitcoin has been behaving, in the past couple of years since 2000 and since 2000 and since 2000 and 2012, since 2009. I mean, the first halving happened around 2012. So how it has been behaving. If you've seen the video course where I explained that normally what normally happens in the market is that we can predict the future because of what has happened in the past. And then I give an example of a meteorologist or a weatherman. You can call them a weatherman. Some people call them weatherman. People that predict the weather. That's what they normally do is they normally tell you. They normally look at what has happened in the past to predict whether it's going to rain today, whether it's going to be sunny today. Also, if you go to see a doctor, the doctor asks you a question about, did you notice any symptoms? Sometimes some doctors, probably before they even, go and carry test, before they carry out a test, they would have from the symptoms that you tell them that you're suffering from. I mean, they would have an idea. They would have just say, oh, okay, probably you tell them you have a slight headache, my temperature is high, I find it difficult to eat. From those symptoms, they can tell you that, oh, probably you have fever, probably you have malaria. Because over time they have after spending some years, they have been able to come to the conclusion that when you have these symptoms, the medical industry can categorically say when you have these symptoms, this is likely what that person is suffering from. I don't know if you have doctors in the house, so please, if I'm goofing, let me know. They can tell you, okay, this is what you're suffering from. So the same thing with technical analysis when it comes to trading. What we normally do with trading is we normally look at what has happened in the past to predict the future. So nobody's a prophet. Just using what has happened in the past. Now let's look at what the Bitcoin cycle has been like since the first halving in 2012. Now in 2012, around when the first halving, Bitcoin price was around that $14 per one. Around this area when the halving happened, it was even around $10. So after that halving, price went all the way to $251 around this area. Okay, that was April 2013. Okay, it peaked out in April 2013 at $259, and then it crashes from 250 around that 250 something dollar. There was a massive dip to $47. I'm very sure a lot of people would have said, just like what we saw on Tuesday, and last year too. I'm also going to come to 2020. Don't forget we are seeing 2013, right? So in 2012, it went all the way from around that around $10 when there was an hour, $14, sorry. And then it went all the way for months from December. Let me see the date I think that was from August 2012. It went all the way up to April 2013. That's how many months is that? That's about April 4. That's about 8 months thereabouts, and went and picked out at $251, and then it crashes from 250. Please be noting those numbers. If you have pen, you can write it down. Anyway, I'm recording. Probably you can watch this video because this is this will really guide you. It will really guide a lot of people. A lot of you that be asking me, are we in bear season? As the market bottom, this is going to really guide you. As the months go by. So it went all the way to around that $51, and then it came down, crashes back to $47. That was a crash of over 100%. you know, I mean, it crashes out, sorry, over 50% from where it tried. What am I? It's even over 100% because it went from 18 about $14 to 259, and then it came back to around $47, right? So this is where it dips. It dips. I like what somebody said. During every bull season, we normally have like something like a mini bear season before the main bear season, right? So and then from there it came back to 138. That was in October. In October of 2013, and then it went back up to now 1,000, around 1,004 or 1,002 in December 2013. Because that's when a year after halving, that's what normally happens. And we are in 2021. Halving happened last year, right? So, and then we enter another bear cycle. As you can see, we are now in bear cycle. Now, from 1,000, around that $1,100, it came all the way down to a bottom at around $200. Or I remember this period. I think it was around $170 thereabout. That was in 2014. Now, please pay attention to something. From this bottom of $53 or $47, it bottom at around $180. You always notice that Bitcoin previous present bottom is always higher than the previous bottom. In 2013 in December, the bottom or around that 175 is higher than $47, which is higher than around that $10 where it took off from. So Bitcoin always creates a higher what we call higher low. Okay, because Bitcoin is a deflationary currency. Because the supply reduces as time every 4 years, right? So it just makes sense to just let you know that normally when it dips, it doesn't go back to the previous low. Okay, so then halving, then it ranges around there in 2014, then went all the way up to this point at 882. Also note that it didn't get back to the all-time high before the second halving. The previous all-time high was around $1,100, around this area. So it didn't get back there until it didn't even get close to that place. Okay. So the second halving happened around that when Bitcoin got to around that around this area, around I think that was around $485. And this is what Bitcoin always do. When it's closing to halving period, it will crash. And then from there you take off. Now, don't forget the previous all-time high was 1,100 around this area. Then it came all the way to this place around that $500. Then the halving happened. Bitcoin halving happened. Then after the halving, the second halving, don't forget halving always happen every 4 years, right? So after the second halving, it went all the way to I think that was 19,800 around this area. So it topped out at 19,000. But before we got there, you notice that from 531, it went back to all-time high around this 1,100, broke that 1,100, peaked at 1,400, then came down to 800 again. So that's another depot. So then went back to this top at 3,200, came down to 1,700, then went back to 5,006, came down to 3,000, then now went all the way to I think there are dips, around this area too. Then went back all the way to 19,800. Okay, so now it peaks out at this place in December 2017. I think it peaked out. Sorry, that was in October. Sorry, in January, around that January period, January 2018. Don't forget, halving happened in 2016.
Device is ready to pair.
You're just coming in. Mute yourself, please. So halving happened in 20, what do they call it? 2016, and it peaked out in 2018. The same thing in 2012. Halving happened in 2012. It peaked out in 2014. That's around January, February. This has always been Bitcoin pattern. This has always been the pattern the past 12 years. So it's halving happened in 2012. It peaked out in January, February 2014. The same thing halving happened in 2016. It peaked out in 2018. So now from that 2018, we enter another bear season, bear cycle, and then it came down to the bottom around this area. Now this was last year, no, this was before the next halving. But it bottomed in around that November. The first bottom was around that November, December, around that $3,000 thereabout. Then in 2019, it went back up. Then you can see it's at 12,000. Then this was 2019. This was last year when 2020. Sorry, the third halving. I know a couple of you that was around last year. Please, if you're around in that April, if you joined the group April, May last year, can you raise your hand in the group? Just raise your hand so that I'll see you. Remember we had a webinar when halving was about to happen. That I said halving will happen. People go and start buying coins. I can see a couple of people that raise their hand. So now it happened around this area. Then another halving. Now notes, please take note again. Now it bottomed out after that halving around 3,800. This was in March last year. I remember this one very well. So now you see the price that it bottomed around that 3,600 thereabout, or 3,800. Sorry. You notice that the halving on 2020, the bottom is higher than the bottom here, which was 654. Okay, and it's higher than the bottom here too. So, like I said, Bitcoin always form, but what I call in trading, we call it higher low. This low is lower. This low is higher than this one. This one is higher than this one. So on the third halving, it bottomed at 3,800. Then it went all the way to 64,000. It went all the way to 64,000. And then a couple of days ago, we are around that 28,000. So I want to believe that we still have one leg up. If we follow this pattern, if this pattern continue, we should see Bitcoin go above 64,000 that we experience the all-time high at the present, because we have a bottom here. Let's go back to the chart. Let me go back to the live chart. This live chart. So a new bottom has formed now. So this is our new bottom now, which is $28,000. $28,005. So I want to believe that if this cycle continue, if you see Bitcoin still move up, one more time, still go up a little bit, at least. I mean, go above that 19,000, 64,000. Probably a lot of people are predicting, 150,000. I've seen somebody. Okay, let's check Cointelegraph. There's this thing I saw. Cointelegraph.com. There's this story I saw here. As a matter of fact, this guy, Plan B, if you know this guy on Twitter, the guy always give correct call sometimes. Is Plan B is actually predicting that Bitcoin should reach $450,000 in 2021. Worst case scenario, 135,000. If you read this story, you see that he's basing his theory on Bitcoin history, or what has happened in the past, on this history. I mean, something has happened 1, 2, 3 times. So the fourth time, I mean, it's the probability of it happening is higher, right? So I believe at least I'm still believing that at least Bitcoin should get to around that, probably $100,000. That's my own prediction, or probably $80,000. So we still have a leg up. So there are still some coins I bought 2 years ago that I'm still holding, that I'm waiting. Now, if this pattern continue, that means we should top out. To top out by January next year. But we'll see a major move around that September, October, November into December. Then we will top out around that January next year. So at this point that we are right now, is still some accumulation stage where you can still buy some coin at cheap price. So that's my own submission. And don't forget that if what I'm saying is if this pattern continue, if this pattern actually continue, probably towards the end of the year, which should become around $100,000. Then by next year, probably by January, February, we will see a massive crash. And then we'll begin another bear cycle because it has been doing like that, like the past 2019, sorry, since 2010, 2012, when the first halving happened up to this point. So that's my submission. So basically, I don't really want to take our time. I just want to share. And like I said, if you have, if you actually follow the pattern of my trading, the one I explained in last webinar, you should be making money. I don't know if anybody has been trading short-term trade. From what I explained last webinar, that you probably will see some improvement in your trading history. Just let you probably want to share with us. Let me know. Okay, Sam Clef. Okay, Sam Clef, you want to ask question or you want to? Let me unmute you. Sam, I've unmute you. Probably you have a question. Oh, sorry. Okay. Oh yeah, go ahead.
Question.
What did you say?
I don't have any question. Oh.
Okay. So somebody said they wanted to ask question. If you have any question, let me know. So we can just take 1 or 2 questions and then we'll call it a day. And then probably you have, then before we go, if you have been, how many people have joined the Forex group? There's I'm talking about we have 2 groups in the Forex listing now. Those that are trading below 1,000 and those that are trading 1,000. If you are copying my trade, if you are trading that $1,000 and above, and you are copying my trade, you will see that this month we have done over 50%, right? I don't know how many people are copying my Forex trade. And by the way, for those that are trading, that are copying my trade, if you are trading above $1,000, you I've stopped using the EA. There's this EA that we're using. The EA has some bugs that Mr. Folani is trying to sort. So this month I've been the one trading those accounts. That's why you see there's a lot of improvement. This month alone we've done over 50% in that. Okay, Joma. Okay, Joma, go ahead and ask a question. Let me look for you. Probably I can. Okay, go ahead.
Boss,
and ask
good
a
evening,
question.
sir.
Yeah, good evening.
Please, my question is, I'm a newbie. I came in like 2 months ago.
Okay.
And I've been listening to your short. I listened so much and read the video sent to us and the short-term trading video, which I started doing last 2 weeks before the dipping came up. My question is, in the process of dipping, how do we save our Bitcoin, Ethereum? Can we convert to USDT? Is it not going to affect the USDT too? That's just my question, boss.
Okay. Now, sometimes when a trade goes against you, probably you enter a trade and it goes against you. You want to save your capital. Your capital is very key. So you can convert it to stable coin and you're watching. Like I was in one trade that day at the beginning of that dip. I think that was over the weekend. I saw the pattern that this market is likely to crash. So I already converted most of my short-term coins to stable coin, to USDT. So I was waiting. So when it crashes up onto that Tuesday, it was after that crash that I entered. I think I entered Bitcoin back around that. Was around that $31,000 that I entered, because most times when market crashes, you can't predict the bottom, the perfect bottom. There's no perfect entry in trading, like we used to say, and there's no perfect exit. There's no perfect exit. Sometimes you close a trade and you're like, I should have waited to see this trade do. So this trade still went up. What if it goes against you? What if let's say you bought Binance at $20 it now went to $50. You now sold out. You sold all your Binance, and all of a sudden you saw Binance at $200. It will pay you. You'll be like,
So
I should have waited. But then what if you buy at $20, it goes to $10? So most times there's no perfect entry and there's no perfect exit. So you only exit when you exit. You enter when you enter. So when I saw, okay, let me show you what made me bought Bitcoin at 31,000. When I saw this candlestick, and I confirmed that it's actually a fake out. I bought again around this area, around this 31,000. And then I'm seeing that trade now. I think I've taken some profit around this 33,000. So, and I'm still watching. I still have some position left. So coming back to your question, most times when market goes against you like that, you want to, it actually depends on the coin you are trading. You remember in that short-term trade, I said if you are just starting, stay with a coin. Okay. It depends on the coin you are trading. If you have studied that coin and you notice the pattern of the coin, like I just explained the pattern of Bitcoin now. So let's say it's Ethereum you are trading or Chainlink, and you already studied the pattern. We sometimes you might not even close out. You might be waiting for that price probably to come to the bottom, and then you buy again. Okay, probably you already notice, okay, this is the bottom. Then you can buy again. Sometimes when market crashes like that, maybe you are not there when the dump start happening. So sometimes it's very difficult for you to want to close out, especially if that coin is a very established coin. You might just want to leave it and be watching. Sometimes I do it. Let's say I'm in Ethereum now. Probably I bought Ethereum at $3,000 and it crashes to 1,800. Because I know that Ethereum will go back up, I might just leave it and just be watching. Sometimes, if I notice sometimes, like I said last week, I noticed that market is likely to crash. So I sold most of those coins and I waited. So, and it crashes and I buy again. So it happens like that. So you can just adopt different strategy. But in saving your capital, you want to convert to stablecoin and wait. You want to convert to stablecoin and wait. If you are trading both ways, you want to sell. But I don't want to talk about that because this is above the scope of this class. I don't want to start talking about futures. So so it's advisable that sometimes when it's like that, you convert to stablecoin and wait and watching the chart. And then when you notice that it started picking, then you buy again. All right.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Welcome. So I think somebody wanted to ask a question.
Hello, bros. It's Francis.
$100 for that forex. I don't know. Probably because the account I'm trading for is for those that have $1,000 and above. That what they do is that they only once you confirm, once you credit your account, just let me know. Then I'll give you the account I'm trading. Then you just copy the trade. You don't do anything, just copy the trade. Then anytime I place a trade at my end, it reflects at your end too. For $100, I can raise it to probably $500. If you can do $500, you can join down. But for $100, just stay with the EA. The EA really, we are still trying to tweak it.
Hello, boss. Please, how do we join that group? The one you just talked about now.
The forex account, the forex group.
Yeah.
I think I dropped probably I'll drop the link on the group. The link was there before. I'll drop the link. You can join from the link.
Okay, thanks.
Like I said about the forex, the thing I've learned about money is your ability to diversify your investments, your ability to diversify your money. As much as I can, I try not to leave too much money in the bank because of the way our bank system is. And the funny thing is that it's not only Nigeria, it's all over the world, even in the US, anywhere, even in the West. Inflation is biting at. Corona really eats every economy of the world. And then we notice that paper money is really suffering. There's a lot of inflation because governments are printing money, they are borrowing money. There are a lot of borrowing is going on. Look at Nigeria, and that's why Naira is crashing so bad. Even in the US, because there's a lot of inflation happening. So instead of leaving your money in the bank, let's say, and then they'll be paying you 1 million at the end of the year, they'll be promising you 6%. 6% you can do when you are trading by yourself. So most times, so what I do is I diversify. I have some funds in Bitcoin, in cryptocurrency. I have some funds in Forex trading. I buy real estate too. I'm into real estate too. So you want to spread your wings, you know. So if you're just joining the group, just take your time. Like I always say, calm down. It's not a race. Yeah, it's not a sprint, rather, it's a marathon. After a while, you understand what I'm saying. Just take it step by step. So I don't know if there's no any other question. Probably we'll just call it a day. Okay.
No, bros, I actually said I have a question.
Okay, Francis. Okay, go ahead.
Yes, please. Though I joined late. I just wanted to know. Hello.
Hello, Francis. Go ahead.
Okay, fine and good. I wanted to know, all this while we've been kind of expecting this beer season and all that. And
Yeah.
just like we just 2 days back, Bitcoin came down to 28 and all that, because we have been very skeptical, apprehensive and all that. So much, we haven't been doing much and all that. So even at this day.
Hello. Francis, I can't hear you again. Hello, Francis. Francis, I can't hear you again. Probably you should drop your question on the group. I can't hear what you're saying again. You went off. Went off.
Because there was still like some of us who didn't.
Francis.
Hello.
Yeah,
hello, can you hear me, sir?
Yeah. We didn't hear you. You went off, so I can't hear you again. Can you start your question? And be brief about it. Just be brief about it.
Okay, just to be brief, what I'm trying to say is this: as it is right now,
yeah.
Are we having the kind of confidence to start as in buying, because, or as in coming into as in buying, for instance? That's what I want to know.
Okay. Now, if you listen to if you I'm recording this video, I'll drop it in the group so that you probably watch it again. Then we'll be on the same page. What I said is I think we still have if Bitcoin continue this pattern since 2012 after HRF, this pattern continue, we should have another leg up. So what you want to do, your knowledge of resistance and support is going to help you a lot, as time goes on. You want to also, and like I always say, the price at which you come in is very key. So that you don't go and buy at the top. I still strongly believe that Bitcoin still have one leg up, probably till probably around $100,000 if this pattern continues. So, and please don't forget, when I'm giving a webinar like this and I'm talking about I'm emphasizing Bitcoin, I'm also talking for other, because whatever Bitcoin does, every other coin do it too. So I'm also talking for every other established coin. I'm not talking about shit coins. I'm not talking about coins that are just launching today. I'm talking about established coin that has been around for a while. So this because all these new coins all these other new coins that are springing up every day, they can be very erratic because people still don't trust them yet. You understand what I'm saying? They don't trust them. For example, let's use SafeMoon. SafeMoon, for example. SafeMoon looks like the team looks like they are serious. But because it's a pretty new coin, so a lot of people don't trust them yet. So what normally happens is that a lot of buying and dumping always happen. That's why you see they'll buy, and then in the next couple of days, that's dump probably another 80%. So and after a while, when SafeMoon, let's say in the next 4, 5, 6 years, SafeMoon is still around, and then you see that there'll be a lot of trust in the project. So for now, when I'm talking about this pattern, I'm relating to Bitcoin and other well-established coins like Ethereum, like ADA, like Binance and the rest. Okay, let's say the first 20 or the first 30 coins. So having said that, I still believe that the bull cycle is still very much on, because if you look at the pattern in 2012, the first halving, we didn't enter another bear cycle till 2014, February 2014, January, February 2014. Also, if you look at second halving in 2016, we did not enter another bear cycle until January, February 2018. Now, last year is another third halving. So, if this pattern continues, and technical analysis, most times it always continues, we should now experience full bear season in the crypto market, probably around that's next year, January, February. So I still believe we are in the bull run right now as of today. Francis, I hope I answered your question.
Yeah, yes.
All right, thank you. So I'll be dropping the video on the group so that you guys can just take your time and go over it again. So thank you. Yeah, good night to everybody.
Good night.
Yeah, good night.